Hello and welcome to the new video. Sorry that this video is most likely around an hour late than usual, but today we're going to have a little bit of a longer video because Pidgeot with the new move Air Cutter is absolutely ridiculous. This Pokemon is so insanely strong that I can just highly recommend you to give it a try. On PUFFED, currently, this move is not suggested actually, which I find very weird because from my own experiences, yes, he's here by the way in the first battle already getting the boost, this move is absolutely ridiculous on this Pokemon and it makes it so much better as you're gonna win the first battle here quite easily. We're going to have 3 full sets. Every battle that I did with this team here is in there. There's nothing that I can hide from you. Everything is going to be in here. 15 battles total. I went 12-3 with this team. And the main Pokemon of this team is for sure Pidgeot. Pidgeot is ridiculous, like honestly. There are going to be a few battles. I think like 2 battles we have the wrong moveset on the Claydol. I think one was the first one which you won quite easily. There's one that's going to be quite impactful that I don't have the right moveset on this Pokemon. But Pidgeot was ridiculous. I'm gonna just really quick check on how this Pokemon is ranked currently on PUFFED. Pidgeot is currently ranked 402 with Aerial Ace. Don't run Aerial Ace. I can tell you that already. You will regret running Aerial Ace on this Pokemon. The difference in damage is literally next to nothing, I think. Let me check real quick as well. I think Aerial Ace is 55 and we have the Air Cutter, which is 45 damage. So you have 5 less energy and 10 less damage, but you have a way better pacing, which is the main benefit from having Air Cutter. And you have a 30% chance to boost your own attack by 1 stage. And you have a fast move that does ridiculous damage that next to no Pokemon currently resists. Here, by the way, is going to be a loss already on the second battle, which was very close as well. And maybe I could have played a bit better as well, but yeah, let's move on to the next opponent. Yeah, BCD, you have minus 10 damage for minus 5 energy compared to Air Cutter to Aerial Ace. So you do less damage, of course, but you're going to at least, you're going to get there way faster, which is the main thing, because what is literally changing everything for the Pidgeot is the pacing. You need now 3 gusts to get to the Air Cutter every single time. It doesn't really matter, you're going to generate 36 energy, you need 35 to get to the Air Cutter, which means you're going to get there every single time the fastest possible, like, way there, because it's the cheapest move that you can have on this Pokemon, and it's going to be changing so much because this extra 1 fast move is, in the case of Pidgeot, an extra 4 turns. Extra 4 turns is a lot in Pokemon Go, and it changes completely on how this Pokemon performs, and then having the additional chance to get an attack boost on it for 30% chance, which is quite commonly seen as well, is ridiculous. Like honestly, it is really ridiculous. Here, by the way, against the opponent, it's kind of funny. I can go for a Brave Bird, because if they use a shield, I'm fine. I will still be able to outspeed them to the Aerial, because I know I'll win the Steam Pita here. So, Morpeko was really cool as a glue here. Morpeko was definitely the worst Pokemon on this team, but we went 12-3. It still was a very strong Pokemon to have, and it really worked out well. Claydol was ridiculously strong. Still, like, I wouldn't say that Morpeko was bad either. Like, that would be definitely wrong for this Pokemon. This Pokemon still worked out really well. But Pidgeot was the main star here for me, for sure. Pidgeot did the most things. Yeah, we had a little bit of, like, I maybe would have been able to go for 2 Psychic Fangs here, which would have been really cool. But I'm only going to be able to go for 1 here because of that lag. It is what it is. We would have never went for another Aerial anyway. Like, we're not going to be able to knock them out, but we would have get them a little bit lower. We can take a hit here. I hope it's actually the Earth Power. It is the Earth Power. And now I can go up to another move, and I can try to swap out now into the Pidgeot and farm them down, which works out perfectly. We have now Moveset on our Claydol. We have all of our energy, and they're going to have the Scale Dodge. And here again, the pacing is the main important thing here. We have the Air Cutter coming through. Not getting the attack boost here, but it doesn't matter because we do so much fast move damage. And we can use a shield here, and we have again that really nice pacing. We need 1 more fast move, and then we're going to be able to go for the Air Cutter again before they can go for the next one. But if I farm down the Scale Dodge, I'm going to be at another Air Cutter again because I know that this. Oh, they would have survived this if we didn't get the attack boost here, which is completely changing things up again. Like, this Pokemon can completely steamroll teams here, and you see already the importance of Air Cutter on this Pokemon in just a few first battles here, because the amount of times we got to this move here and the amount of times you got a boost from this move and how it changed the matchups is ridiculous. Like, that's the thing as well, which I love about Air Cutter. It is still doing damage. Like, 45 damage is, like, not great, don't get me wrong, but it is a move that rarely gets resisted in the current meta. There are barely any Steel, Rock, or Electric type Pokemon around. And it's going to be a move that's still always going to do at least a little bit there with that, which is really, really solid. So like, it's not like a Feather Dance, where Feather Dance, for example, has a damage output of 35, which needs 15 more energy compared to the Air Cutter. So like, you barely do any damage with it, you need way more energy, and then yes, you gotta get a guaranteed -2 attack drop for the opponent. But I feel like it is so much more worth it to go for more attack and a chance of buffing yourself, because that's the thing as well with Feather Dance. If the opponent swaps out, the buff is gone. Like, you can decide for yourself if you want to stay in with your Pidgeot, if you get the boost or not with the Air Cutter, which is going to make it so much better. So in my opinion, a huge upgrade, literally such a huge upgrade for this Pokemon. Here we will see the Sludge coming through against us. We will see the Claydol coming back in, and here's the one other matchup. Afterwards, I changed my moveset. I only realized here that I didn't have a Rock Tomb on my Pokemon. You saw a few battles before where we had Rock Tomb. The battles are always randomized. So we're gonna be in such a bad position now, because we would have had less damage coming out from the opponent here, which would have been very great because we would have survived 2 Dark Pulse quite easily here. And the opponent would have been a lower health, that maybe even an Air Cutter would have been already enough to knock them out. But luckily, Pidgeot, even without like Aerial Ace and Feather Dance, is ridiculous, because apparently Brave Bird just nearly one-shots here the opponent's Pokemon, which is madness. Like, I cannot even say on how good Pidgeot is. It is so ridiculous. Next team, we're going to have here Guslet again. By the way, if you appreciate this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe here. Would really appreciate if you support this video, because I haven't seen anyone talk about Pidgeot yet. Nobody is talking about it, nobody is talking about Air Cutter. And I kinda, with this video here right now, kinda would take a look at more Air Cutter Pokemon, because this move seems ridiculously underrated right now. Pidgeot is one of them. We have Farfetch, which would learn the move, which might be an interesting shoutout as well, like XL normal Farfetch'd. We have Golbat, which usually Moveset doesn't want to run because you have Poison Fang, but Poison Fang got changed as well, so it's cheaper than Poison Fang, so that could be cool. But yeah, the main Pokemon for sure where it's going to be useful is going to be Pidgeot. It is a legacy move on Pidgeot though. It is not a legacy move on Pidgeotto, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Pidgeot, it is a legacy move on it, so like you would need to use an Elite TM to get Air Cutter, that's why there's a star on the right side as well. I know I'm not always perfectly consistent with the things on the right side, I sometimes forget about it. But yeah, here, the Air Cutter is a legacy move, so you have to use an Elite TM for it. But let's take a look at this battle, for example. We're gonna get here the nice Gust through against the opponent's Superior. We can take an Aerial Ace. And we will see the Feraligatr coming back in. We can go for another Air Cutter. And Air Cutter gets just so fast too that, like, literally, like, we would have never been able to get to another move here otherwise. But now we can swap out. We can even go for the Scorching Sands against them, doing a ton of damage. And no matter what they want to do here, they're going to lose. Like, even if they would have been able to farm me down there, I still had the shield left. And I'm just going to be able to completely farm them down here with Gust anyway, and they decide to forfeit. But yeah, Air Cutter is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I cannot say anything else here about this move. Again, we also have like a 20-minute video today just because I wanted to showcase all of the battles, because it was so much fun to play the team. And honestly, this Pokemon is so worth it. I'm just looking here through other Pokemon that learn Air Cutter as well. We have the Oricorio forms as well where that learn it. If they would get Revelation Dance, which is their signature move, they would be really good as well. I hope that Niantic is going to add this eventually. But otherwise, we don't really have a lot of Pokemon that learn it. Masquerain, a lot of them just don't have a great fast move, which is the issue. This is basically what sets apart as well currently the Pidgeot compared to all the other Air Cutter users. It has basically the best fast move out of them all. And we have Golbat with Wing Attack, which is not really ideal, and I think otherwise learns Bite. And we have Farfetch with Fury Cutter, which is like the best other alternative version of it. But yeah, it is definitely something I would recommend you to invest your Elite TM in. Like, for sure, I cannot say anything else. I think it is a must-have in the current meta. I was absolutely impressed on how strong it was. I didn't think it would be that great because, again, Poke doesn't even rank it as a move that you want to have on it. And I completely disagree with that. I feel like this is such a good addition to this Pokemon, and we see it here all the time. Like, we're always going to be able to kind of beat the opponent. We're always able to just kind of go for the Air Cutter, knock them out, try to get the boost here. Let's see what they're going to have in the back. We are going to be kind of with our back against the wall. Sadly, you're not going to be able to win this one here, right? We're still going to get super close, though, because if we got the boost here, for example, for the Air Cutter, 30% chance, I would have been able to now go for the Brave Bird and one-shot them guaranteed. Oh, wait, I can still one-shot them. And like, it showcases again why I really like Pidgeot currently. Like, what the hell is happening here? We basically one-shot everything. We have a cheap move that can boost our own attack. We have insane fast move pressure, and we have barely a Pokemon that can resist us. That seems a bit overpowered, doesn't it? Like, I don't know really what else I can say about it, but it seems like this Pokemon is just ridiculous. We will have here another Oriole coming through against the opponent's Jumpluff, here in this scenario, by the way, we had a really bad lead. We have like this matchup here now with Morpeko. I always try to go shields down. Like I always try to get the opponent's shields fully here or realign. Both of them are going to be fine, but I would like always to kind of get the shields from the opponent, because if the shields are down, nothing can take a Brave Bird. Like that's the thing, like nothing can take a Brave Bird, and this is mainly what I'm trying to go for. Yeah, I can still go for the Aura Reel, which is fine. It's not really looking too great for us here, by the way. But yeah, I have to kind of hope that I can still somehow deal with the Feraligatr. We're going to get some nice damage into it. We at least even get some free damage into the opponent as well, which is going to be good. And we will see here that we have a Lapras against in the back. Sadly, they called the wrong move here. Should went for the other one for sure. And now it depends on... Wait, we can actually go into our Morpeko and we can go for the Aura Reel, boosting our own attack, and we can maybe farm down even the opponent here now. Afterwards, maybe the Feraligatr. Let's see, they survive with 1 HP, but I think they only have the Hydro Cannon, right? We're gonna be able to get the fast move through. Do we survive this one? Do we win this battle? It's Ice Beam, and they sadly one-shot us. I didn't actually expect that this would have one-shot us. I actually thought we would be able to survive it. Again, horrible lead here for us. What do we do against Gustlord? Gustlord, we're gonna stay in and go for a Rock Tomb. We use a shield on the first move, and then we kind of just leave it, because... yeah, like we wanted to shield up potentially a Dark type move, but they're running Dragon Claw still instead of Brutal Swing, which I feel like Brutal Swing is just better currently, in the current meta especially. Like Dark typing is really good in the current meta. And I tried to catch the move, didn't work out. We're gonna get out the Clodsire. So far, we're gonna get completely hardwalled. Like there's nothing that I can really do here. Like literally the worst possible matchups that I could imagine. But maybe we can still do something here. Psychic Fangs is coming through. This is going to allow us to get the... damage up against them, and I might be even able to get to another one. Like a Sludge Bomb, we should be able to survive here, right? No, we don't. That is kind of unfortunate, but we still try our best here to go for the full farm down. I cannot really use a shield because I need the shields for the Pidgeot, and I'm gonna swap out of here soonish. I still have a move start here, and it's down to Pidgeot to win the battle. I'm not too sure we're gonna have the, health still left. It's going to be a Drapion in the back. It's going to be a tough one. We're going to go for the Air Cutter now against the opponent. That is going to allow us to get the shield from them. We don't get the attack boost. The attack boost would have been really cool again, like 30% chance. Would have helped us out for sure in this matchup. As we would have done way more damage, and I think I maybe would have put them into range then as well, where Mud Slap down would have been a possible option from our Claydol, but sadly this is not the case here right now. Maybe it wouldn't be enough anyway, and sadly we're going to lose this battle here, but is what is, we can move on to the next opponent. Next up, we're going to have here the Wheezing against an lead. That is going to be a fantastic lead for us, as you have super effective damage coming through. They have super effective charge move damage though, which we have to kind of respect. They're going to go into the Sableye. Here I could be faster. If you go straight into your Morpeko, you're always going to win the matchup, because they're always going to be able to resist the fast and the first charge move. But Dazzling Gleam going to be a bit tricky. But here I decide to go into my Pidgeot, use a shield against the Dazzling Gleam, just keep us healthy, and we have now an Air Cutter stored already for the next matchup. And that is literally what I mean. Like you have like such a nice pacing with this Pokemon. I can go for the Air Cutter here as well, hoping that they would use a shield expecting a Brave Bird, which they don't. We don't get the boost here. We can go for another Air Cutter. If we would have got the boost, this Air Cutter would have knocked them out. We don't get the boost though, but we're still gonna get the shield, and now we're gonna get the boost and get them kind of low, which is kind of okay, right? Like at the end of the day, we're at least gonna get them kind of here into position where maybe we can farm them. Nah, we have to go for a charge move with the Morpeko. I'm gonna let the move go through here. I think we still have energy on the Claydol though. We have energy here. We're gonna force to go for the Aura Reel. At least the perfect pacing here. This is going to allow us to get the KO here, and we're going to see in the back again the Wheezing, where we don't get to another move. It's down now to... I don't think that we're going to be able to win this with the Wheezing, right? No, we actually are going to be able to win this, because we can go for the shield here, and that means we win this because we got the free fast move in, and we can move on to the next opponent. Primape. It is a bit of a tough one, but you win this in a zero shield scenario, and this is exactly what I would recommend to you. It is not that you have to keep your lead alive for this team, by the way. Claydol is great, and it's great as well in the combination together with the Pidgeot, but also the same goes for Morpeko. Morpeko can also still deal kind of with the Pokemon that you don't want to deal with the Pidgeot here, which is kind of cool, and that's why you don't really need that. Here in this case, it's a bit awkward because, yeah, the opponent's going to have in the back the Typhlosion, and honestly, I feel Typhlosion is such a fun Pokemon for me to deal with. I always like to battle this Pokemon with this team somehow, even though like it looks like it's good against my backline, it's not really. And we can go for a charge move here. This is going to allow us to get the shield from them, which is perfect, because now we have the 4-turn fast move, which is quite nice against a 5-turn fast move, because we get the damage out through, and we're actually also going to be able to sneak in a free fast move, which allows us to now to knock them out, and they kind of had enough here as well, and they decide to forfeit. Altaria. What are you doing in Altaria? We're gonna stay in here. We're gonna go for the Rock Tomb. Funny enough, while we have Mud Slap and we are a ground type Pokemon against a flying type Pokemon, we win this matchup. Which shouldn't be the case in my opinion, but who asked me? Asked Niantic why Rock Tomb is all of a sudden one of the strongest moves in the game. I'm not too sure about it, but it is literally ridiculous on how good Rock Tomb is and how good it's going to allow basically the Claydol to function here in the current meta, as it's going to be able to get the KO. It's going to be a superior in the back, and so we have to kind of stay in here, but we can still even go for another Rock Tomb, dropping the opponent's attack, but also dropping the opponent's HP to around half health. So Claydol went up against a flying and a grass type Pokemon and knocked one out and got basically rid of half of the other one. Where is this fair? Like literally, where is this fair? Like this shouldn't be the case. I feel like Claydol is a bit too ridiculous currently. Like you have literally a grass type Pokemon and a flying type Pokemon against a ground type, and the ground type beats one of them and gets the other one half HP basically. Ridiculous. Anyway, you know what's also ridiculous? Pidgeot. What the hell? Like what is going on here again? We're gonna have the Thunder Punch coming through. Go for your next one. They survive with like 1 HP, but we have an Air Cutter already at this point. Like what do they want to do with a grass type boy here? We're gonna be able to go for the Air Cutter. This is going to allow us to either boost our attack or just generally speaking, get them into range where one fast move is enough. Doesn't matter how many charge moves you have. You're not gonna be able to one-shot me here. Goodbye there, sir, and we're gonna move on to the next opponent. It is ridiculous. Like this team is ridiculous. We would be actually at the end of the video here already if it was a normal one, but I kind of just want to showcase more of this team because it was also a very fast team. Like we have 15 battles here, usually have around like 10 in a video, and we only are like, I don't know, like around 5 minutes over what I usually would do. But I guess we have like a little bit of longer battles here at the end, which is mainly the reason we have 3 battles left total, including this one. What do you have here? The Scorching Sun coming through. This is going to allow us to get the knockout against them. We are 1 shield down, and I make a big mistake. I go into my Morpeko against the Wigglytuff. Like, what the hell am I doing here? That does not make any sense at all. And I was like, I threw away the game here. Like, there's nothing I can do here anymore in this game. I completely threw it away. Why did I do this? I have no idea. I'm gonna have to go now into my Claydol, and I'm gonna be forced to let the move go through. I think it's a Swift, though. It is a Swift, which is gonna give us a bit of play, especially as we can still get to another move here. And it's a Medicham. They catch the move, they catch the move, they catch the move. Can we still win this one? We have to hope that Pidgeot can fully farm them down. I think I need the energy. I think that's the only thing that really can help me here is the energy on the Pidgeot. They go for Dynamic Punch, even with a debuff here. It does quite more than I expected, and so we're forced to use a shield here. But can we still win the battle? Dynamic Punch is coming through. We have 2 moves stored. We have to go for 1 fast move here first. We go for the Air Cutter. Please give me the boost. Please give me the boost. I don't think we got it, but does it matter? Nope. Pidgeot is literally a god right now. Like, what is happening? Oh look, horrible lead. This was actually my favorite battle, I think, out of them all. Because I got completely hardwalled. Like, I completely was with my back behind the wall. Like, there's nothing I can do. Literally nothing. We can go for Air Cutter. We are not going to get the boost here either, but we're going to be able to go for another one. And with this, we're going to be at least able to get the shield, and we're going to get them insanely low, which is cool. If I got the boost, I would have knocked out the Charger Pop. By the way, like, that's the thing as well. I didn't even get lucky today. Like, I didn't get lucky. I just got, like, average luck, I would say, with my moves. And, like, there were a lot of matchups where this Pokemon would have been even more ridiculous if you just have a little bit of luck on your side. And so, I had to rely here on my Morpeko, which is a bit awkward if they have something like a Clodsire. So, they are not switch-locked. I am switch-locked. No, like, they are like, we're both kind of equally switch-locked, so I want to say. Like, they're not, like, in a different time setting. So, when my switch goes up, their switch goes up as well. I'm gonna go for the bait here. I kind of have to do it, I felt like. And it didn't work out. And so, my play here is to go for another one. And hopefully getting the shield here now, and then I can swap out. And then, what is my play afterwards? I don't actually know what my play is afterwards. I am trying my best here to get to the full farm, and it doesn't work out. They swap out. They swap out. They swap out. This game is over with that. Why is it over? Because I know that I'm going to be able to outspeed the opponent's Moltres. I know that I'm going to be able to shield the move up, and I know that I can go up to 1 Psychic Fangs and 1 Aura here to knock out the first Pokemon and knock out the second one. And we got completely hardwalled, literally from the beginning until the end, and we still came back with this Pokemon here, with Morpeko, because we put everything into this one. That was ridiculous. We can move on to the final battle of today. We're going to have here Wigglytuff against us in the lead. What do we do against this Pokemon? We're going to go for Rock Tomb. It is not worth it to go for the Scorching Sands on this Pokemon, which is ridiculous. I don't even know if it's worth it to have Scorching Sand on the moveset of Claydol, by the way. I could see plays where Shadow Ball makes more sense for this Pokemon. I literally can see definitely scenarios where you don't have ground type coverage on this Pokemon, because it's going to allow you to hit Pokemon, for example, like other Claydos for super effective damage. This has to be kind of analyzed, but as we will see here, we will be able to win the lead, and they're going to have a Gaston in the back, which means we have to stay in here. We still get to another move here. Claydol is ridiculous, by the way, again as well. We're going to be able to even get the attack drop here, and we can go into the Pidgeot. They swap out into the Wheezing. I have to swap out here as well. Not ideal, but I can go for the Psychic Fangs in time, and this is all that I needed. I need a little bit of a, defense drop onto the opponent, and that's all I need to win the battle. I don't care about the rest. I literally cannot care more about what they want to do here. They go for the Brutal Swing. Go for the Brutal Swing, go for another Brutal Swing, go for it. I don't care, because we have 2 more Gusts coming in their way, we have 1 more Air Cutter coming their way, and we have 1 more KO here afterwards against that Gastrodon, which cannot do anything. And we're gonna be able to, don't even get the boost here, but Air Cutter is all we need here at this point anyway. We use a shield just in case it's going to be Water Pulse, and as we'll see here, Air Cutter is coming in next. Let's see on how much it's going to do here. It is going to allow us to get the KO, and with this, we're going to be able to climb our 5-0 for the final set here. This team was ridiculous, this team was absolutely overpowered. I can highly recommend it to you, and Air Cutter is worth the Elite TM on the Pidgeot. I will see you then, bye bye.